What is going on here? We have a candidate that's actually going to shoot a gun. I'm loving it. I think you will too. Hello everyone. Today we have Audra Johnson. She's running for U.S. Congress in the 3rd. Is that what we're going for?
Third Congressional House seat.
Very nice, very nice. So Audra, what in your life led you to ever want to run for Congress?
Well, I've spent the last 5 years with the Patriots, with the Americans, fighting for our rights and fighting to protect them. It got to the point where I realized that very quickly our country was in trouble. And I knew somebody had to make a stand, and I realized that there wasn't very many people that were willing to stand for the American people. I am 100% willing to do so, and I just want the people to have a voice.
That's very awesome. Okay, now let's get down to business. We're a gun group, so let's talk about guns. First of all, question number one, do you like guns?
I love guns.
Okay, we pass over. We can go to question number 2 now. So question number 2 is, what's your favorite gun?
Oh, so my favorite gun that I own actually was a wedding present from my husband. We call her Melania. And she's got some custom engravings on the side. There's Drain the Swamp, a picture of President Trump. It's my favorite.
All right, and how often do you get out shooting with the price of shells these days? Huh?
Yeah, not as often as I'd love to. Yeah, it's kind of like a decision. Do I have ammo to go play with, or do I keep it in my house to protect my children?
Yeah, so let's talk about the Constitution now, right?
Right.
So there are some people who believe that the Constitution is a living document, and then there's the rest of us that realize that it's a static thing that was done by the founders of our country, who weren't quite idiots. They knew exactly what they were doing. So
they sure did.
Yeah. So the question is, what does that Second Amendment really mean to you?
Right. So I have family in my bloodline that goes way back to the Revolutionary War. So they fought to defend that right. To me, the Second Amendment, the Constitution, is very much a checklist of what our founding fathers, what our patriots went through. So we see very much the First Amendment, hey, we weren't allowed to speak against tyranny, so we're going to make sure that the people have that right. The Second Amendment, when we got vocal about what the king was doing, they took away our guns. Check mark, the Second Amendment. And as you said, the founding fathers were brilliant in the way they wrote this. They didn't say the government gives people the right. They said the government has to protect that God-given right. So it's very much a stable place for the government to have our rights in writing.
Wait, what? I thought it was just for hunting.
Oh,
no?
That too.
Yeah, right. It's a nice byproduct.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so how about, so you're going to go to Congress, right?
Yes.
So what we've done is our political team has done some research, and this year there have been 60 gun-related laws that have come into the U.S. Congress, and in some way, shape, or form is designed to inhibit gun rights.
Right.
And equally, there are 20 within the Michigan State House of Representatives that have come in. Tell me, what can we do to combat this? Is it open season for guns against the Second Amendment, or what?
Here's, again, one of the reasons why I'm running is we have to get people in, every level of office that understands the basic concept of the Constitution. We've seen time and time again that every time a government takes your guns, it's because they're about to do something that's probably going to get them shot, right?
That's pretty true.
So we have to understand that our country is founded on these bases of the people being able to protect themselves, not only against foreign enemies, but also domestic enemies. Our founding fathers knew it was very important for the people to be able to protect themselves against a tyrannous government.
Very good, very good. So in the first 100 days of Audra's office, what do you think you can accomplish?
You know, it's going to be an uphill battle. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle. We have a few great conservative patriots in office right now. I'm going to give them backup. I'm going to say, hey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'm here to stand with you. Let's get this done. So what I would like to see is a revival, not only in our congressional district, but all over the country, of patriots standing up and saying, we're going to protect the Constitution. I'm going to introduce term limits. I think that's essential for this country. Our country was never meant to be run by career politicians. It was meant for everyday citizens to go to office, to go to DC and say, hey, I'm here to uphold the Constitution. Now I'm going home. Nancy Pelosi has been in office longer than I have been alive, and that's a problem.
Great. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
So 2A Patriot has a pledge that we ask the candidates to sign.
Sure.
I assure you it's basically just, I support the Second Amendment.
Right.
And I'm going to mentor other office holders about what the Second Amendment really means. Does that sound like something that Audra would sign?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm a woman. I understand the basic need to be able to protect yourself, especially as a woman. And I think the best way for a woman to do that is to have a 9mm in her purse at all times.
Kind of like the ultimate woman's rights thing, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. I mean, I carry with me at all times.
Right.
All times.
So let's talk about gun-free zones. How are they doing so far?
I mean, criminals don't obey laws.
They don't?
I know, right?
But it says stop.
How ridiculous is that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've seen people put up, this is a gun-free home in their yard, and I'm like, oh, wow, right?
Yeah.
That's just an invitation for somebody to come in. I have a sign hanging up in my house. It flashes. It's literally a light. And it says, American by birth, gun owner by choice. You come into my house, you've already been warned.
Yeah, you've been warned, and you have no ammunition to spare for warning shots, right?
Right.
Very good.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the price of ammunition. I mean, that is a huge issue for at least Michigan, but I'm pretty sure it's nationwide.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
I couldn't tell you for certain, but I think I have an idea that it's got to do with the fact they realized that they weren't going to outright take our guns without a fight, so they decided to make it very, very hard for citizens to find ammo. These people aren't stupid. They're evil, but they're not stupid. They're going to find every way they can to limit our right and our ability to fight back.
So speaking about fighting, how's it looking for Audra's campaign? I mean, if somebody wants to come out and help you, what do we do, or how do we get in touch with Audra? Is it like through Facebook, or do we have a website, or what's going on there?
Sure. My Facebook is open. People can send me messages. So it's just...
That's crazy.
I know,
you mean you're
right?
accessible? Okay, all right.
And that's what I think people are going to find most about me that's different is I love the people. I've gotten in fights with my campaign manager because I'm like, I don't want to go sit in this meeting. I want to be with the people. I love being with the people. I love having those conversations about how we can change the country, how we can make it better for our children. You can contact me on my Facebook, or you can go to audraforcongress.com. We'd love to have you donate. Our first FEC report is coming out in a couple days, I believe. And, the people are hearing a patriot, an American can't do this. They can't compete with the establishment. And they're going to be very, very surprised when this comes out, because it's not done on big donors. It's not done on special interest money. The money we have raised, the support we have gotten has been from everyday citizens, gun-loving citizens, freedom-loving citizens, and we're doing it $5, $10 at a time. So it's definitely a movement. This is not about me. This is about getting the people a voice.
That's really, really refreshing to hear.
Yes.
We have career politicians that spend millions to get a seat like what you're going for.
Right.
So it's good to know that should you get this, it's going to be because the people put you there.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Right.
very
And
good.
I don't want to be there unless the people put me there.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
I've got to be the voice for the people because they don't have one right now. They don't have one.
Right on. Okay, so you have 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds with about, 50,000 Bible thumping, 2A toting people who have very strong convictions.
Yep.
It's your turn to tell them all about Audra. Go.
Sure. So I've been in the streets with the Patriots. I've stood for the Second Amendment, the First Amendment. I've put the work in. I've been with the people. You're going to find that a lot of my opponents, they've never been to a single rally. They've never stood with you. I have been there. I have put my actions to where my words are. I've been to jail several times protecting the Constitution. I am not just talk. I am very much action. I will stand for you. I cannot be bought. I cannot be bribed. My heart, I wish you could see my heart because it's 100% American and 100% Constitution, and I will be your voice in D.C.
That's Audra Johnson for the 3rd District. Thank you very much for coming on today.
Thank you.